Welcome to episode 45 of the Chi-Town Shoot Wrestling Podcast. I'm Marcin, and joining me in the square circle are Chris, David, and Andres. We're coming at you from the heart of the wrestling world, Chicago, Illinois, bringing you the latest news, hottest takes, and all things WWE and AEW. If you have any questions or thoughts, send them over to chitownshootpodcast@gmail.com. Without further ado, gents, this was a wrestling-filled weekend. I think the events and in terms of like newsworthy stuff, there's quite a bit in terms of big, I guess you could say historical things like WWE having their first PLE on ESPN. I think they had some kind of partnership back in the 80s when they were focusing more on entertainment. And I believe ESPN is entertainment, if I'm not mistaken. And they restarted their partnership this past weekend with WrestlePalooza, which me and David got a chance to watch. And of course, All Out happened as well with AEW. And I actually did get a chance to see some of it. I thought it was pretty damn good. David, what about you? What did you think? What did you think of WrestlePalooza? And if you got a chance to see All Out at all, any of the matches?
I'm gonna watch All Out tomorrow. But
Nice.
I thought WrestlePalooza was really good. I think everybody did their thing.
Yeah.
You know, hope Jey Uso's all right. He rung his own bell a little bit.
Yeah, so did he like hit him with a chair and then like bounced back and like smacked
The
him
recoil.
back in the face?
The recoil
that's
just hit him at the perfect angle to give him CTE.
That's crazy. Yeah, like literally hit him back, bounced back, hit him in the face, and then
Oh,
he
yeah,
just started
boom.
bleeding.
I saw an edit of him like vertical and his legs were like spread up. It said yeet, but he was like the letter Y.
Jimmy.
Oh, was that
was
Jimmy?
Ah,
Yeah.
I think I shared it in the group chat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I didn't watch, so.
He said,
Yeah.
"Which one are you?"
Yeah.
Yeah, Trinity Naomi posted in her story. So her husband flipped backwards, and then she put EET next to his legs.
Oh,
So that was
nice.
her, but
Good.
but yeah, I thought WrestlePalooza was solid. I don't understand people, like there were some folks saying it was terrible. I don't think it was terrible by any stretch of the imagination. I think maybe some folks, anytime Triple H says it's going to be like surprise,
Earth-shattering.
it's earth-shattering or whatever, I feel like maybe using that kind of language kind of sets some people up for disappointment. I mean, in terms of surprises,
Major news announcement next week.
right? Yes, exactly.
WrestleMania 50 at Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. Well, they still got 8 more between that, but they're what they have 43. They're having 43. I mean, in terms of surprises, they had Stephanie McMahon, who got announced as the first. And I'm assuming she's like the headliner for the 2026 Hall of Fame. So The Undertaker came out in between matches, and I think her birthday is this week, and I think she assumed it was going to be some kind of like birthday, like let's sing happy birthday type deal, because it didn't look like she knew what was going to happen, and that's why it seemed a little awkward, because she wasn't really sure where this was headed with The Undertaker talking. And then he told her that, that she's getting inducted into the Hall of Fame, and she got very emotional. I think she actually teared up and
Happy cried. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was great. And I was telling David when we were watching, during a certain part of WrestlePalooza, we had like a brief blackout that stopped, lasted like what, 10 minutes, 15?
That was pretty sweet.
Damn,
we were
thanks
watching
ESPN.
the tag team match. I mean, it wasn't their
No,
fault.
the whole
The whole house was blacked out.
Well, decent amount of, the whole like house, it was pitch black, and I had to use my phone as a screen.
His neighbor too.
Yeah, that's some. I guess the
Damn.
neighbor also had it out. So, but then
Was
it
there
came
any-
back. But anyway,
Difference in like presentation.
no, No, I wouldn't. I mean, I think there was more of, and I guess the difference in presentation was the backstage
ads
announcers, the ads. Yes,
placed a lot better.
Yeah, I mean, at least it's between matches. So, I mean, I guess it's like other regular sports, like, if you're watching football, you get ads. And yeah, so there's ads in between matches, but the whole match finishes and then they do like an ad break. And in terms of like presentation differences, I guess there you can say like some of the announcers, the way that they're presented is a little different. I think the post show is largely the same. I think there's just more involvement on the ESPN network itself. Like there's more segments with other like people within that ESPN network because they're talking about wrestling more deliberately. So I think there's that. That's a big difference. And I guess, more households that normally wouldn't watch it, they could just pop it on and watch it if they want. But I thought overall it was pretty solid. I wasn't the biggest fan of the John Cena Lesnar match because it didn't really last that long. And I guess they were trying to recreate, I don't know if it was SummerSlam 2014 or 2012.
It's like 14.
Yeah, so it was like in 2014, it's like you were expecting a pretty like back and forth match, but back then it was like this where it was just like one-sided and John Cena got the crap beat out of him.
He got some offense in. He hit a couple.
He got some AAs in, but yeah, I mean
they had a similar match like I don't know if it was post-COVID or during COVID or pre-COVID. One of those like mid 2014 2015 matches, I think, where John Cena also got his shit rocked.
Yeah, that's what I'm comparing it to.
Yeah, that's this when Suplex City was made.
Yeah, this match is reminiscent of like just getting like suplexed F5'd and then like that was it. And I guess
7 F5s.
Yeah, and I guess this was supposed to be kind of like a throwback, if you want to call it that, in that match.
Kids crazy.
I don't know. Like it was, I don't know. Like I guess I think it would be different if Cena didn't have 5 like appearances left in total, and this match was kind of, I don't know. I just thought he came out with the kids, and I'm sure that was deliberate. Like, all right, like my entrance has like a whole horde of kids. I don't know if they're Make-A-Wish or kids. And then, he gets his ass beat, and they did do those zoom ins of like the different kids crying in the crowd. I'm sure they love those money shots. But yeah, I mean, besides that match, I thought the tag team match was solid with the Vision and the Usos. I think the best overall match I thought was Io Sky versus Stephanie Vaquer in terms of like technicality and just like, man, yeah, Io Sky.
This is like, wrestling.
Like, definitely, I feel like she's up there as one of the best wrestlers right now on any promotion for sure. Like, she's just been putting on bangers.
Io.
And Stephanie Vaquer, I mean, Stephanie Vaquer was awesome in this match too. I mean, that finisher was perfect. Like that, I don't know, what do you call it? Corkscrew, Phoenix
moonsault,
splash, moonsault hybrid thing. Like it landed like a bullseye.
It's a corkscrew moonsault.
Yeah, and yeah, it was great. I mean, it was great and well deserved that she won. The tag team match with CM Punk and AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins was also great. And someone, I think on Twitter or X, said it was like a classic 1980s tag team match, and I could see what they mean by that. Like it was a lot of like story based stuff, which I thought was great. I think there were certain moments where I don't know if it's like the referee or someone, I feel like they just couldn't tell who was supposed to be in the ring because it's still supposed to be a traditional tag team match, right? Like I wasn't crazy where like 2 people had to be in the ring, and eventually there should have been a count out somewhere, but then it just turned into some weird like tornado tag or whatever. And you know what? It's whatever. But I think if I'm being a stickler for like you're trying to follow the rules And then like halfway through the match, I feel like no one remembered who was the legal partner in the match. But besides that little, well, actually moment, I thought the match itself was great. Like for AJ, especially her first match back in like 10 years, was great. I think one of her widows, like the widows, what is it called? It's not a widow's peak, is it? No, that's Victoria.
Black Widow.
Black Widow, maybe that's what
Can't
it's
name
called.
5 songs.
Yeah, something with a spider. She did a really good one on Becky Lynch, and Becky Lynch, I don't know why she wasn't bending her arm out, but tapped out, and she posted like a funny thing like, oh, I didn't tap out, there's actually this bee that she was smacking, and then she like put a graphic of some bee hovering around her where she was trying to smack it away, and she didn't actually tap out, so that was good. And then the Drew McIntyre Cody, I mean, I think my issue was with it, I guess there's history there, but I think the buildup could have been better. And I understand that Cody just came back from filming, so the amount of time you had in between WrestlePalooza and then when he came back, it was like what, a week or two worth of build. And then they threw this match together. It was good, but I would say the Io Sky match was the best, and then the Punk AJ match was second. And then everything else, well, Lesnar is at the bottom, and then the main event, and then the tag team is somewhere comparable to each other, I'd say, in terms of like it's good, but didn't blow my socks off. But it's good. But like I said, the sell of the event, I think, made a perception of like, oh, it's going to be like WrestleMania. And I wouldn't say it was like WrestleMania. I mean, it was WrestlePalooza, but I guess you were expecting some surprises, but it was like no interferences. It was like finishers, and it was good. It was good. I think some people were just expecting something else, but it was good. Chris, did you get a chance to see any of All Out at all? Or
I
you
got
didn't get a
like
chance?
maybe the first half. I definitely missed first half hour, maybe the first hour because I was still at work. And then I watched a handful of matches, and I didn't watch the end because I had a concert. But
Yeah.
what I did
Well,
see,
from
I
what
mean,
you
was
seen,
pretty good.
What did you like? Yeah.
Chris Statlander winning was great.
Yeah.
Good.
So I didn't see it, like I saw it a bit later too. And so was the Christian Edge tag team match, was that on like super early? Because like when I turned it on, they were like, oh, Beth showed up, or yeah, I guess she just called Beth now, like Edge Beth.
That must have been like the first or second match. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know why I was expecting it to be later in the card, but I mean it was a stacked match. Maybe they used it as an opener. I don't remember, but that's great to see Beth Phoenix back. About to get a cease and desist. But it was great to see her back. But yeah, I mean, from what I've seen, I saw the coffin match, the tag ladder match.
Cool seeing MVP wrestle. That was cool.
Okada match. I saw that. Yeah, I mean, they were great matches for sure. The crowd kind of sucked though. I don't know why the crowd wasn't as, I don't know, they could have been hotter. I guess because I'm just so used to like hotter crowds.
Yeah, Toronto.
Yeah, back in Toronto. What the hell?
About to lose our viewers from Toronto.
But yes, they just had like, peaks and valleys, but it wasn't. I feel like the crowd helps, and they weren't that great, especially when AEW's put on some great matches. But let's move on to our first story, and I don't know. Is it just me and David who watched Worlds Collide a week ago? Andres, Chris, did you get a chance to see anything from that?
If it was like
an
a early afternoon thing, I definitely didn't watch it.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. I just got the updates on my phone.
Yeah, it was like what, 11 a.m. something like that. It was like
Yeah.
noon. Like I was sipping coffee and watching AAA.
Worlds Collide came on after SmackDown.
Oh, so okay, I know what
Yeah.
happened. I was sipping coffee because I watched it the day after. I was catching
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
replay. Yeah, and I was like trying to avoid spoilers, and then I saw immediately as soon as I opened fucking Instagram because I was trying to check like our social media. I get a graphic of Dominik Mysterio,
yeah.
It's
and
like landmine.
I thought I saw Dominik Mysterio, then I turned it off, and I was like, I don't know what I saw, but I think I know what I saw, and I said fuck. And then when I watched the AAA replay Saturday morning, that's why I was sipping coffee. Um, I was like, damn. So it was true, but that was still great. Like that's crazy that they gave him the belt. Uh, Another world champion, and I still feel like they should make it a bigger deal on Raw because you have a world champ from a different promotion now, and they should treat him as such. And he's also double champion. He's also the Intercontinental champion.
He's the Mega Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah, like they're
Yeah,
really strapping him with and giving him rocket fuel and shooting him to the moon, I think. But with
Been there a
that,
while now.
yeah,
that was the
but I
segment where he was making his dad put the belt on him, right? Because that's the clip I saw.
Oh yeah. That
Yeah.
was the AAA main event. He was basically telling him, was it on SmackDown? He was telling him. I think he also said at AAA like earlier in the show that he wanted him to put the belt on him. Um, yeah, and it was great. I mean, I love that thread of like that feud between him and his dad still persists. And then and I'm sure his dad probably loved it. Like he was very proud of his son, but he really looked like he didn't like him when he was
Yeah.
putting the belt on
Yeah.
his waist.
He's doing his job.
Great selling. So that specific show, the Worlds Collide with AAA and WWE in Vegas. So they had a record viewership with about 773,000 global viewers. Which is pretty great. So they announced that was the largest concurrent live audience in the event's history. So that's people who were watching it live
At once.
at once and on that Friday. And that was its peak, and it was across the WWE, WWE Espanol, AAA, YouTube, and Facebook. I guess they did it on Facebook too. Why not? During
That's
the
smart.
event, from the Cox Pavilion at the Thomas and Mack Center in Las Vegas. And then more than 4.1 million viewers watched the broadcast in the first 24 hours, which is crazy. With an additional 127 million digital views generated across social platforms. And as we mentioned, Worlds Collide saw Dominik Mysterio defeat El Hijo del Vikingo to become the new AAA champion, mega champion. And also El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. retaining the AAA Latin American Championship, and Pagano and Psycho Clown retaining their AAA World Tag Team Championship. I honestly also, on the side, I love Psycho Clown's like masks. I think they look pretty awesome. I don't know how you see through that shit, but
Oh yeah,
um,
very Slipknot.
it's like bejeweled as fuck too. Like it looks awesome. And
Got attacked by the Wyatts.
yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about that too. Like that was eventful. I don't know what they're gonna do with that, but that's cool that they basically are. I think they're gonna do something with that tag team and the Wyatt Six because they showed up. It was after that match, right? And then
Yeah.
they
beat them up and held up the AAA, the tag titles.
Yeah. So that's awesome. And of course, AAA, I don't know why I thought this was like, oh, this happened last year. I think there were just so many like changes and acquisitions and purchases. I was maybe thinking like TNA or whatever. But WWE acquired AAA at WrestleMania 42 in Vegas this past April. And honestly, I mean, I think it's been doing pretty damn good in terms of its trajectory and the record itself. What do you feel like in terms of like its success? Do you feel like they can maintain the success of this crossover? Do you think it's gonna like not fizzle out, but I guess kind of like even itself out, or can you foresee it going even higher after this? Anyone can answer.
I
Anything's
think it's going to
possible.
be a fourth brand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Probably the most eyeballs that AAA's had ever on their product, I imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, like All it's gonna take is like a CW deal and Telemundo deal, and it's like it's
Yeah.
over with.
Yeah, I mean, it's been like what? So it's April. So it's been like 5 months since. I mean, I feel like the most. David, what do you think is like the uh, most significant thing out of this partnership so far? I guess this could be just recency bias, but I'm gonna say giving Dominik Mysterio the world title was pretty significant. I guess like having that as a like that crossover championship.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
that and like the exposure, like Iguana, Psycho Clown, like all those dudes have been on that roster for a while, and it's like now they got a tops card. You know,
Right.
not now you could buy their like you could buy La Yesca, you could buy the Iguana.
Yeah, I think that's another one that was
Yeah.
probably significant in terms of them was the popularity of Mr. Iguana. And I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know I think he's made some appearances on SmackDown, right? Or maybe
Yeah,
one
so a
or
Psycho
two.
Clown, yeah.
Yeah. So I think just
And
having
Wagner.
that existing partnership, and the same thing with same thing goes for TNA because like Joe Hendry has been making. I mean, not only Joe Hendry, like they also have WWE wrestlers becoming TNA champions.
Trick Willie.
too. Yeah, Trick Williams. And yeah, Joe Hendry basically having a main eventish slot against Randy Orton at WrestleMania as like a surprise thing. I mean, I feel like it's great all around. And in terms of like these kind of crossovers, I think it's successful. And I know like sometimes people, like some people are complaining. I think folks have a right to complain about ticket prices going up, and I do think that there's an issue. I think if it not maybe necessarily being stagnant in terms of like the core shows of Raw and SmackDown. I think there is some repetition where I do think they can like change up the story because I do think that there is an issue of like some matches just like the same variation of people having the same kind of matches for the past 3 or 4 months. I think that is a problem. But in terms of like actual like trajectory of like interesting business things happening and just like new wrestling like historical events like the TNA partnership and then this AAA partnership. I think it's great, and I think it's maintaining that level of intrigue and interest globally that I feel like a lot of people can't really see unless you zoom out and see like how significant that is. Like World Wrestling Entertainment is actually becoming global, and having a Mexican promotion and working with TNA. I mean, I feel like they might even do something with like a Japanese promotion too. I mean, that'd be great.
They
I don't
send
know.
guys to Pro Wrestling Noah, but they haven't done anything like super big.
Yeah, I mean, like I want to see like a Worlds Collide with. Well, I mean, probably not New Japan because I'm assuming there's some kind of deep partnership with AEW that you probably can't do something with WWE. But uh,
Stardom.
Stardom, I guess you could
Stardom's
do.
New Japan.
Oh, is
Is
it?
all Japan defunct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
There's
I mean,
Pro Wrestling Noah and DDT.
yeah. So I'd like to see something with a Japanese promotion. Just keep making it global. Keep like I feel like that's what they wanted for NXT, but they're finding it in these new partnerships with these existing promotions. I think that's the direction that they're going in. It's like they wanted to make like a global NXT where you have these feeder systems, but this I think is a little more interesting because you have your feeder system with NXT, and some people can say that it's its own brand. It's not just like a training place, which it is to a certain degree, but it holds its own in terms of as a show, as a brand.
Wrestling.
And then you have AAA, you have TNA. I mean, you have people that they are clearly using to like swoop up and put on their own shows, like Jordan Grace and Joe Hendry for sure is going to show up next year and be a WWE wrestler.
Yeah. Jordan
So-
Grace is WWE now.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like she's in WWE, but I mean Joe Hendry will be like a WWE wrestler next year, I think.
I think that's when it officially starts because like he's their first ever deal from TNA WWE, like them working together, being like, this is our guy.
Yeah. So awesome stuff all around. Speaking of, we talked about NXT a little bit. And I want to turn to our next story with Shawn Michaels and his interview with Chris Van Fleet, and about the two attributes that he looks for most in pro wrestlers. So I don't know if you guys had a chance to listen to that or how much Chris Van Fleet you listened to, but I thought this was a really good interview with Shawn Michaels. He talked about his match with Ric Flair, and he talked about two primary factors he considers when identifying potential top tier professional wrestlers. So I think, and I feel like a lot of people consider Shawn Michaels as one of the greatest in-ring wrestlers of all time.
The GOAT!
He currently serves as WWE's senior vice president of talent development and creative, overseeing the creative work of the NXT brand, where WWE develops, of course, its next generation of stars. And then in an interview with Chris Van Fleet, he talks about some of the qualities he looks for in wrestlers. As one of the top wrestlers of his era, he says the two most important aspects to him, and I'm interested about what you guys think this means, because I don't know if he explained too much what that means. But he says the two most important aspects to him are timing and feel. So this is his quote. So he says, I think when we talk about feel and timing and feel are probably, in my opinion, the two most important things in this business. You can get by with so much more if you have those two aspects. You can be a little short in athleticism. You can be a little short in psychology. You can be a little short in, I don't know, overall knowledge of the game, so to speak. If you have timing and a real feel, because those are things that I guess charisma plays a part in that. But if you have timing and feel, I feel like the charisma and all the other is going to sort of match that timing and feel, if that makes sense. To me, it didn't really make too much sense until I thought about it a bit more. He says, I know sometimes when I talk about this, I know I don't always make a lot of sense to a lot of people, but that's the level that I'm at. And in that same interview, around the same time, Shawn Michaels was also talking about Cody Rhodes, and he was very complimentary of Cody being the top guy in WWE. So I guess let me throw it out to you guys. Andres, let me know what you think, because I was still trying to like dissect what this means of timing and feel. And he says that's the two most important qualities for a wrestler. What do you think he means by these terms, and how do you feel like it differs from like other aspects of wrestling, like athleticism or psychology?
I mean, I think what he means is like the timing of your character developing into the business and the timing you entered the business, so like you can lack certain abilities in wrestling, but because I don't know, because the universe itself is like taking you in and it's working for what it is, it's like the timing couldn't have been more perfect, because like, hey, you're not that great on the mic, or you're a little bit short in athleticism, as you said, but just things just landed just right for you, I guess. But maybe yourself, like like there's certain wrestlers who are more athletically better than other wrestlers, but they're top card. They're doing better because they're that guy at that moment. So I think that's what he means. I mean, he even said he's kind of weird what he's saying with how he puts it, but that's just kind of how I dissect it, because I've heard other wrestlers say that like if they didn't come into the business when they did, the timing was just too perfect for them. They said if they came in any sooner, or if they came in any later, they feel like they would not develop into who they became, honestly. So I guess that's what he means, because a lot of wrestlers have used that terminology too. Like the timing was just perfect for me when I came in.
Yeah. I mean, like when he says like timing and feel, he says it's not if you lack in psychology, but I feel like timing and feel is kind of like a extension of, like, I feel like psychology is the umbrella like skill, and I feel like he's referring to like in ring, like psychology, and timing and feel, I feel like are the core skills that you use if you're good
Okay.
with in-ring psychology. At least that's how I personally interpret it. Because he brought up Cody Rhodes as being good at that, and I think what he means by that, and this is something that Shawn Michaels is good at, is like the timing of like when he kips up, for example. Like it's like when you're selling a move. So like you, and I think what he means, let me give you an example. Let's say he's in a slobber knocker of a match, it's him versus, I don't know, Triple H, and they're in the ring, and it's like 15, 20 minutes in, and then you're kind of sensing the energy of the crowd. Like, let's say Triple H just did his running knee into Shawn Michaels, knocked him over, and he's laying flat on the ground. Now, some people, I think, if you're a little newer to the art of pro wrestling or what have you, some people might like kip up too soon. And I feel like Shawn Michaels and other wrestlers like Cody Rhodes, I think I would fit Cody Rhodes under that too. They understand what is the right feel or moment to do that kip up. Like you sense the energy. Maybe there are people are trying to help you get up. The feet are stomping, people are clapping, and then you understand the feel and the timing of, all right, now I'm going to kip up because that's where I'm going to get the most bang for my buck of the crowd reacting and giving you, that payload or whatever you want to call it. So that's what I think. David, what do you think?
Pretty similar to like how you were saying it. Like I felt like timing is more of a like how do you stretch out your time out there,
Right.
and feel is like your actions that cause a reaction, and
Right.
like how you respond to that.
Right.
Like, oh, like is the crowd dead? Do we have to change something up? Things like that.
Exactly. Feeding, like feeling. And again, this is why I disagree with Shawn Michaels when he says you can be a little short on psychology. I think that is psychology. I think that's part of the in-ring psychology. Timing and feel are supplements to the overall skill set of psychology. Like like Hogan versus The Rock, when they enter, they don't immediately start beating the crap out of each other. Some matches are fit for that, but that's where that feel comes in. They're staring each other down, and then they're looking around and then looking at the crowd. That's the feel and the timing part. Like that. Ooh, yeah, let's build it up. We're giving them blue balls, or we're waiting to actually start wrestling and beating the crap out of each other. I think that's the timing and feel. But I also think that's psychology. So I disagree with them there. Chris, what do you think?
I agree. You don't disagree with Shawn Michaels, though. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I interpret it a little differently. I think it's when I read that, it feels like more like he was talking about like the marketing of that person's character and kind of understanding the moment that the business currently in to get themselves over. So like Cody Rhodes creating the American Nightmare character in that specific
That's kind of what
moment.
I more meant. That's kind of what I was kind of getting at. Like the timing of everything for you landed.
Yeah.
And now, your character is getting moved up and the crowd is loving it. And, so the timing is what I meant usually.
Yeah. Like finger on the pulse kind of a thing. So just kind of like understanding how their character is being reacted to and knowing when to pivot to make sure that that character continues to kind of grow, I think is what I thought he meant. But I mean, it makes sense also from a in-ring perspective, but then that way you can separate psychology or like in-ring psychology, because that's more of just like how the match is being set up versus, feel and timing being more like, okay, well, the crowd's reacting this way. That means I can lean in more into this part of this character or whatever. So,
yeah. I mean, I guess so. I guess of trying to use that as like the example. I guess like it works for someone like Cody Rhodes in terms of timing, but like if you also talked about like new wrestlers and people, and you can't really do timing with someone like that when like you just started. You know what I mean? So I don't know if that applies to like a brand spanking new wrestler. You know what I mean? So I mean, unless you can
When you
explain
mean
that to me.
when you mean new, like coming from development new, or coming
Yeah,
from
well,
another company?
yeah. For a new, like you're in NXT, like you just started in NXT, and he was talking about. I mean, he talked about it like generally, He didn't mean like specifically like established stars. So that's why I'm saying like, how do you think like what you guys used as an explanation for timing and feel? How do you feel like that applies to someone who's just like completely green and is in NXT developmental? How would timing and feel work for them through your definition?
Hmm.
Because like the Cody Rhodes thing makes sense because you could be like, oh well, he started a company, he knew when to get back to WWE. That could apply for someone who's been in the business for 15 or 20 years. But like someone who's completely green, I just don't know how to apply that definition to someone like that.
It's
Well,
hard
I
to
mean,
say for me, at
I
least,
mean,
because with NXT, because a lot of people who come through there already developed already in the independents. I mean, look at like Stephanie Becker, where she's at now. She did come through NXT, but she was already like well
Yeah, but she's a
established.
rare case out of like their majority of their roster because most of
Mhm.
them are like NIL kids at this point.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it's not like 2016, 17 NXT where they were getting the indie darlings before AEW did.
Right.
True. Would Roxana Perez count then? Or no, not
Uh,
even.
she's Ring of Honor.
Roxanne,
Oh,
correct?
true. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, that's why I feel like it's a little tricky if we apply that philosophy to that. And that's why I like when he mentioned Cody Rhodes, I could understand the business part, but I also think Cody Rhodes is also really good at doing like Shawn Michaels really good at the emotional like selling part. Like that whole Ric Flair Shawn Michaels match at WrestleMania 24 was like a clinic and a example of what timing and feel is in terms of like delivering an emotional like farewell. Like Ric Flair, I mean, like he was crying the whole time during that match. The bell rung and he already started fucking bawling. But like that I'm sorry, I love you, that sweet chin music stuff. Yeah, I mean the camera shots, the angles, all that, like that was perfect. And I think that it takes a certain kind of person to understand those beats, because we've seen plenty of matches of people where like if your timing is off or it feels like you're phoning it in, or I don't know, you're selling like you're in New Japan or whatever. I think like that style, like what Shawn Michaels is looking for, that's different, and yeah. So let's see. Do I want to ask another question before we roll in? Yeah, so I guess we can finish this off with just like NXT and Shawn Michaels in general. I'll be honest, I don't watch the week to week in NXT. I do catch the clips, but I guess I want to see if you guys have any insight in terms of like Shawn Michaels' role at NXT and like his philosophy in wrestling. And what do you guys think in terms of like his NXT? How do you feel like his approach differs from like a Triple H NXT or like a Dusty Rhodes NXT? How do you feel like these wrestlers are, how do you feel like it's different from like a Triple H NXT or a Dusty Rhodes NXT?
big
It's a
booty
little more drama.
business.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say
And
that.
that too. But yeah, there's a lot more drama. Like he definitely like I guess for the situations that they're put in, I think that the girls tend to excel just because like their storylines are always very like kind of like what people that age fight about and like little things like that.
Yeah.
So I think he's got a good concept on that. Like when you watch NXT, it kind of does have like just like a campus vibe.
How what do you think of Blake Monroe's character so far? I don't know how much you've watched NXT, but do you feel like they've been doing a good job with her character
I think they're
in
doing just
NXT?
fine.
That's good.
Yeah,
I
because
wanna
like
see her succeed.
she hasn't gotten she just started like hinting that she can be unhinged Like she hasn't really had any moments like that yet, so
Yeah.
it's like it's gonna be cool when they see that like she doesn't wrestle like I wouldn't say like pretty much like them, like they're a little slower, like they have kind of like feet like just showcases of athleticism where it's like Mariah May or Blake Monroe is more of like a strong style, like really brutal type of wrestler.
Here comes
Yeah.
the snowman.
Like she's definitely a lot more smash mouth than a lot of them, and
Yeah.
it's you wouldn't believe it till you see it, and I think that's cool that they're letting her do it with Jordan Grace for the first time. So like when she shows off like how she really is, it's like okay, she's gonna end up doing it against Jordan Grace.
Yeah.
I feel like this Shawn Michaels NXT, there's a lot of like just stacked stuff, like all the takeovers and all that kind of stuff. They'll just have big stars show up and these crossovers that happen on NXT. So there seems to be a lot of excitement. I should be watching more of it, but yeah, a lot of wrestling during the week.
There's a lot of
on the
wrestling.
CW.
I kind of want to watch NXT more often too, but just with timing and stuff. And what, it's on Wednesdays, Tuesdays?
Tuesday.
Tuesdays.
Dynamite
Tuesdays,
on
yeah.
Wednesdays. I think
You know what that means.
the only free day is Thursday, but that's TNA. If you're being really anal about shit, they basically have wrestling every single
And Ring of
day
Honor.
of the week.
Oh.
Yeah.
Every day, literally, 7 days a
Raw
week.
Monday, NXT Tuesday, Dynamite Wednesday, TNA Thursday.
You motherfuckers
SmackDown
want wrestling?
Friday.
You fickle fans? You got wrestling every
Collision Saturday.
goddamn day.
Yeah,
Pick your
basically.
shit. Now it's not good enough. Well, guess what?
Yeah.
And that's not even counting New Japan for the people that have New Japan World.
Right.
Right, exactly.
So much. Like to be a fan now is like golden era.
Or like if you follow a lot of indie wrestling, like the stuff on Thriller or IWTV,
Right. GCW.
I mean, there's so much.
Freelance. Like you can watch Freelance and at
Right,
home.
exactly. Indie wrestling. you have so much to. I wish I had that Sabrina the Teenage Witch meme where she has like 10 different plates of pancakes and she doesn't know which way she's supposed to like eat it. That's basically wrestling fans right now. And you can complain if something's like not as good and creative. Well, you can move to AEW or TNA or whatever. So there's no shortage of wrestling. But let's move on to our main segment.
Main
wrestling
event.
soundtracks. Wrestling soundtracks, theme songs, I think are an integral part of any wrestling package. And it's not even like just for wrestlers. I mean, it's for shows. You could see like if like Raw or SmackDown or Dynamite change their theme song, that also sometimes affects the mood or just the vibe of the show. Like the Attitude Era, like that defines an era. And then you have what is it called, Across the Stars or some shit like that. I don't know what the name of it was called.
Raw.
Yeah, but the Raw theme song during Ruthless Aggression, like iconic.
Yeah.
But like wrestling theme songs and soundtracks, it's something that is like required. I feel like you can't just come out to silence, and maybe you could, but
John Cena.
who did like I think R-Truth also did that once too, which was not great. All he said was "The truth shall set you free," and this might have been like his 2011 like heel run. And then he just came out to like no music, like they just announced him, and he was just walking down the ring. Not great personally, but it was an interesting time. So let me ask you guys this, Andres. Let me ask you, what's one theme song that no matter where you are, if you hear that first note, you're immediately transported back to a specific moment or era in wrestling?
Just a theme in general, so it could be like an intro or it could be an actual wrestler's theme, or
yeah, like something that really just like if you hear that song, and I just mentioned like theme songs on a show, on like the show, or like a wrestler's theme song. If there's what a specific era in wrestling, like what would be the first thing that kind of came to your mind?
Man,
I know there's a lot.
there's a lot, yeah. So I'm trying to. I mean, I've watched so much, but like to be like a specific moment that like takes me into that time. To be honest, I don't know. Kind of a rough one. Because I've been to so many shows too. I mean, honestly, the Raw theme that you mentioned was one that like that was like probably when like my first intro of wrestling, watching so much of it, and it was in the games too. I think it was in the intro of one of the Raw games too as well. So I remember like I would watch Raw and then I would even play the game following like after the show. I think it was
Yeah.
was it Raw's War? It wasn't that great of a game, I remember, but it was like
Probably Raw's War
it just
then.
probably
Or
but I was
Warzone.
obsessed with wrestling. Yeah, that one of those two. That theme is one. Granted, we don't really hear it often at all, but like that takes me back to when I was a kid, pretty much easily.
Yeah. I mean, like for me, I mean, like you said, there are so many, and I think at this point, like what I would just ask is like just close your eyes and just think of the first one. Like for me, for whatever reason, I thought of like the Raw theme song going, "Whoa, never giving, whoa,"
Well, the Papa
and it just
Roach one.
reminded me of
Papa Roach, that was a
and it
good
was
one.
like
I really got one.
it was, but it was also, I mean, it also reminded me of like, I think it's because it was like very imprinted in my brain, like early teens. And that whole era, like, just reminded me of everything that was crazy during that era. I mean, you had like the Benoit stuff, you had the illegitimate son angles. I mean, I had my first wrestling show around that time. So that's kind of like when I think of that song, that's where it takes me. Chris, what about you if you had one?
Man, easy. First power chord from Motorhead. Da, da, da. Triple H
Yeah.
coming out. Like every time, you know what's happening when he's coming out. Woo! Yup.
Dude.
Man, hearing
Okay, so
that
not gonna
at
lie,
No
when
Mercy was pretty freaking fire. Like live, you just hear that shit blaring, hitting you in the chest.
Mm-hmm.
Heavy as hell. Rest in peace, Lemmy.
Yeah.
real
David, what
quick,
about
Marcin,
you?
because when
Oh
you
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
oh
Go
sorry,
ahead.
sorry. When you mentioned like going back and like thinking like how that that theme brought you to like that time. No, now that I think about it, that same intro for Raw though, man, what an intro that was, because it was like such a riff at the beginning, and then you're just this explosion, and then like Austin's walking through a factory, and like there's fire and everything like that. That song was just such a big like impact, and imprinted in my brain. I got goosebumps right now hearing the very intro of that song, just thinking about it, because I was like, holy shit, yeah, I forgot that part. Because I know like the theme itself too, but I remember the intro was just such a punch to your face when
Mm-hmm.
it gets your attention, you're looking, and then you just can't help but look. Because then like all the clips are like, I remember like someone's face was like, I think it was Austin screaming in blood in his face when Bret Hart put him in the sharpshooter and stuff. Like that was one of the clips in that intro too, and it was just such a like brutal intro, but it was awesome. That's like
Like
something
that
that I remember
wrestling
sitting on
intro
with
at
that.
the beginning of like shows and pay-per-views when they're going through
Hmm.
like a roulette
Yeah,
of like just iconic moments.
pretty much.
Shawn
Yeah.
Michaels super kicking Shelton Benjamin in the dome.
Oh yeah.
Never forget.
It was timed up
Even the
to the
SmackDown theme kind of throws me back, not even knowing what the hell they're saying. That whole song, the original SmackDown theme.
When you man, yeah,
Like what?
when you mad at?
Yeah,
Some shit.
pretty much. Like, what? But it was like it was good, But it was like, what are they saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, David, what do you got for you? If you hear that first note, where does it take you?
The Wolfpack Howl.
Oh yeah.
Inside,
Yeah.
you got two wolves.
That
I
piano.
don't remember. Did Nitro have a theme song? I don't even remember what they used as a theme song. This is
Yeah.
me being a terrible wrestling
Yeah.
fan. What was their theme song?
So
I can't
it
Wolfpack,
started with the Wolf Howl, then the keys that Chris just did played, and
Yeah.
then C Murder, who was actually a popular rapper at the time, dropped his lyrics, dude.
Wolfpack's back.
Oh, that was T Murder on this shit? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I used to listen to him back in the day, so I was like, I did not
Yeah,
even.
see?
Wow.
Whoop whoop.
Damn.
And like I just remember like Like, and then when they all come out together, so it's like it's just so cool, man. Like they're all exactly just doing a bunch of that, two sweets, and walking to the ring. Freaking Luger taking everyone to the gun show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Freaking Sting wooing all the way down.
Let me ask you this. Do you feel like there's a modern theme song that you feel like has the potential to become like iconic, like The Undertaker's theme song or Steve Austin's Glass Shatter? Is there any theme song? And I guess modern would have to be like what, past 5 years?
Say his name and
Rollins,
he appears.
Rollins,
Yeah,
Oh, for
Rollins.
sure.
Joe Hendry, baby.
Roman, Cody.
Oh, yeah. Goated.
Cody.
yeah,
Cody, yeah. I said coded.
What do you guys think of Braun Breaker's theme? I actually really like Braun Breaker's theme, but do you think that one could? It's got a siren.
Does it?
Probably. You just
Yeah,
got to
it
keep
does,
it up. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it just needs more moments behind his character. Like
Yeah.
But
when the
eventually,
theme song hits, people go crazy. I feel like it needs
Like-
more under the belt to be
Yeah,
iconic.
sure.
Like Cody Rhodes, yes. Seth
of
Rollins,
course, yeah.
yeah, absolutely. That makes
He
sense.
said, that guy
Like-
over there hasn't seen his toes in 5 years. And then Paul Heyman's like, that's a woman or something.
And he was like, as a full figure gal, we apologize.
Damn,
That's a
that was good
moment.
save. I didn't even realize like what that specific.
And then you see Joe Tessitore like,
I wonder if they went to the crowd and apologized to her afterwards because
she got the forgiveness package. She left with a belt signed by the Vision.
man, yeah, I mean she must. I just watched the King of the Hill episode where Peggy Hill went to this store to shop for shoes, and she didn't realize she was at like a drag queen store, and she made friends with this drag queen that she thought was like an actual woman because she thought she went to a store for women's clothing. And the drag queen thought Peggy was a drag queen because her foot size was like a man size.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
that's just what it reminded me of. But it was
Got
actually a very
big feet.
wholesome episode. Yeah.
Al Bundy ain't putting a shoe on that foot.
Oh man, yeah. So yeah, I mean, like in terms of like modern theme songs, I agree. Like Seth Rollins. I mean, I think CM Punk at this point that isn't a modern theme song. That's like what 2011.
And that thing was in Guitar Hero, bro. What do you mean
Yeah,
modern?
that's-
Right.
That's like 15 years old. So
2007,
that's
8.
like that's not modern, but
He played that in Little League, bro.
yeah, for sure. Like Joe Hendry, Seth Rollins, those specific theme songs. I'm trying to think of who else can have it.
Roman
you know,
Reigns'
those-
theme too. honestly.
Roman
Osprey.
Reigns, yeah, Osprey.
Osprey.
Yeah, I mean, like let's not forget about AEW theme songs too. I mean, for sure, like
Swerve.
Okada's like
Yeah,
the coin
the coin-
drop, like that's like iconic. I think.
Darby Allin. Dun, 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 dun.
So, what do you guys think of in terms of like a wrestler's theme song? Do you feel like the theme song itself can it actually make a crowd cheer for a heel or boo for a babyface? Like, can you think of any examples where the music like works against the wrestler's character? Like, you're a heel, but your song is so badass, like they'll still cheer for you. Do you think that's a thing?
John Cena in the mid 2000s.
Yeah.
John Cena sucks. Or Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
Kurt
That's
Angle had
true,
that
but-
back.
But like I guess did it work against Kurt Angle because like he was a heel and all they did was just time it with "you suck" and basically used it to
They had to change Stone
accentuate
Cold.
that he's an asshole. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Stone
Oh,
Cold
yeah.
because he was a heel. Yeah.
Yeah,
He was a heel.
Change the Rock.
Yeah. I mean, like that's a good
Hollywood
point.
Rock was a new one.
They can't have like Glass Shatter, and I feel like most people would still cheer, even though like,
Right.
if he was doing Power Trip with Vince McMahon. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they did absolutely. The Rock couldn't be a heel. He was, but people still cheered him even during the Alliance era.
Yeah.
Well-
so I feel like you can't, or like yeah, I mean like those kinds of theme songs. I'm trying to think like who else would be.
Taker got rid of Roland when he went super heel,
Oh, that's true. When he was
and
like
then he went to that
American
Jim Johnston
Big Evil.
original. Yeah.
Yeah, like that song was badass. Like no one would want to boo that shit. They're like, hell yeah, you're coming out, kick some ass.
I think Triple H's
He's
My Time
mad.
theme was pretty good for his heel turn.
America badass.
Because that was the whole thing about Triple H is when he like defected from DX and went to the corporation, and then he had the My Time theme. Like that went really well for his heel character.
Yeah, My Time, that was another goated. Like Triple H had a series of awesome theme songs.
He did, yeah.
Like that, I feel like that My Time one was a little too short lived. I don't know how long it lasted, like 2 years, 1 year. It was like early 2000s, and then by 2001 or 2, it was already
Probably turn of the century, like 98, 99, 2000.
Yeah. So, like, what do you think about like when we talk about selling? Like, if someone's selling their theme song, let's think about like wrestlers who like perfectly match their ring walk and mannerisms to like the beat and tone of their music. Like, who do you remind? Who like do you feel like does a great job at like selling the song, and that becomes part of their entrance and like package?
That's Rollins.
Cody, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, like for example, Cody. I mean, that's a good recent one. It's like the whoa part, like his theme song is part of the crowd interaction part. You know, I'm also thinking of someone like Shinsuke Nakamura when he had like the violin thing, like just the whole
drop.
the walk in, going here, yeah, the slide in, that like that one. Yeah, any others?
Osprey.
Osprey easily.
Yeah.
Osprey. Osprey.
Rob
Yeah.
Van Dam.
RVD.
Oh, yeah.
One of a kind. Like how many versions of that? I feel like he had more than one.
Like
Then
5.
Yeah, but then there's only I feel like one goated one though. The one that's like the default when he's if you play him as a legend in AEW, he's the default one. The one everybody knows.
Becky Lynch,
John
for sure.
Morrison, baby, with that slow mo and the fucking fan or whatever the hell's going on.
Oh yeah. That's true. Melina.
Hardy
When
Boys.
when she comes down and it has like the people taking pictures and then she does the splits on the ring, she sells the shit out of that song for sure. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot who understand it. Yeah, Andres, you got one?
I was just saying Too Cool was one for me. I came because the crowd loved that one. Whole dance
Trying to-
routine and everyone was into that, yeah.
Trying to think of like a B-sides, like those early mid 2000s, like random, things,
I'm
but like the
thinking
music
really
was kind of
old,
decent.
Who was that? I forgot their name. It was like even before Too Cool. I'm thinking like an old man here.
Right to censor?
No, that's the same
No.
time.
The Hurricane.
I'm thinking like even before SmackDown was a thing. I think ICP was coming out with them and they would perform. And I remember the crowd was like really behind them, but they didn't really. There was a very short-lived stable, but they had like I remember a guy would come out with like a Cartman plush.
It was the Oddities.
The Oddities, that one, yeah. I remember the crowd was really behind
Don
that.
Callis,
Brood.
baby.
Yeah.
Don Callis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember watching them on like WWF Metal or something, or Aggression, or I don't know, some
Jacked.
random show. They would Jacked, yeah. And then they would have another show later, and it was the same matches, but in a different order. I was like, what these two shows are the same, like,
Got him.
yeah. So
Yeah, those are
that
good
was a really one.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean,
DX.
Shawn Michaels, of course. DX, of course.
Oh, yes, of course, yeah.
Like those are like the goated obvious ones that like Road Dog.
Oh yeah, usually. Yeah. I didn't even think about that one. Yeah. Completely forgot about that.
You didn't know.
The
So
Acclaimed.
so let me guys what do you guys think of Mr. Ass's theme song? So some people say it's one of the worst theme songs of all time.
You said
and
worst?
Some people say it's goated. Yeah, there's
Nah, that
people who
shit's
rank it as one of the
goated.
worst.
That's just so good.
Must not be an ass, man.
Right.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm a boo man. Nah, but
Like on
nah,
paper,
Ass
when
Man,
you read
I
it, you're
remember
like, what
being
is
like
this? But
young as fuck just singing that song. Hearing that
Like,
shit and
They
I'm
said
pretty
The
sure I
Rock-
burned that song like on a CD. We had like it was like a bunch of like wrestling entrances, or it was like maybe like a weird mix of random ass songs. It was like Linkin
Yeah.
Park Numb and then Ass Man,
Ass Man.
Mr. X.
Yeah. I remember that. I remember we had like Raw. Like, do you guys remember Raw? Like Raw 2 on Xbox. And
Yeah.
that was like one of the first ones where you could like have custom like soundtracks you can put into your wrestlers or theme songs. And I was like so
Like you're-
fucking hyped by
Yeah.
that game.
Put a whole ass
Uh,
CD in there.
But yeah, The Rock buried. Well, I don't know if you want to call it a burial, but like the ass.
My
Man
name's
song.
Billy.
Yeah, and I absolutely suck. But he was like, he went up to him. He was like, "I'm an asshole." Pew pew. And yeah, he just buried his ass with that theme song.
Nah, that shit's good as hell.
I
love
So-
love.
So let me ask you guys this. So I guess like I think this is one of his creations. So a lot of people consider Jim Johnston. Everyone's like, bring Jim Johnston back. He's the GOAT. And what do you think makes his music so good? Was it like the variety? Because like no one wrestler theme song was ever the same. Like I do think that they were distinct. Like Ass Man versus like the Rock's theme song or Mankind or whatever. Stephanie
Val
like, there's
Venus.
So many. Val
Hear
Venus,
that
yeah.
fucking saxophone.
That saxophone. Hello, ladies. So what do you think? Was the variety, the emotional connection, something else? Like what do you think makes Jim Johnston theme songs goated?
It's because like each one had a clear identity. Like there's a very specific
Yeah.
thing in the song that just sticks out, and you won't hear it again in like another song, more or less. So like like a
Yeah,
saxophone
they were very diverse.
or a gong.
It's like he had an image of the character and was like, let me make this, and then just worked when they would come out.
And then he just worked around the
It
one
was that
thing.
good.
You know,
Jim Johnston actually understands music and music theory and like the psychology of music and like being musically trained. So it's a lot different because he can tell somebody with all of those instruments to play something, or he could play it himself.
Right.
Where like Def Rebel, for example, is getting caught using AI vocals and just like other and not even like over at AEW, like their beats you can kind of are their beats, their themes, they all sound like they come from a computer.
Right. And again, like that issue that I do wholeheartedly agree that WWE has had with like a number of theme songs. It's they just sound too similar, and like the issue is like it's not distinct enough. Where like Jim Johnston, I do like you said, it's like he understands music and he works with like what is the character supposed to be. Like Kane is supposed to be slow, meandering, like a serial killer Halloween movie type thing. And what is the theme song when he comes out? Organ pianos, and then like just a creepy like sound, like Undertaker gongs, like slow
Tempo's
actual, like,
slow,
funeral procession themed. Yeah,
like if you nod your head, it's like.
Yeah, exactly. And like they're good. Like they're also good. Like
did he make Ultimate Warriors?
I think so. Yeah, you mean like the
just running.
Yeah, I
Just
think so.
Just checking his range right now, man.
Yeah.
Bret Hart theme.
Yeah, Bret Hart. I mean Shawn Michaels.
He did
Unstable, The Ultimate Warrior. Yeah, he did. I mean, yeah, he did. Yeah, Unstable, The Ultimate Warrior, Jim Johnston, and WWE. Yeah, I mean, I feel like Jim Johnston made like anything from the '80s up to like the late 2000s, because I think he left around like 2011, 12, something like that. So I mean, like any kind of theme song you can think of probably went through him. Now, of course, there were some. Yeah, so like some like went through, like they partnered with people. So like Triple H's theme song was Jim Johnston and Motorhead.
Yeah, Jim Johnston was in the sesh like, hey, let me try this.
Right. So but that's still like that's goated music. Like you had
Whatever
Motorhead
you want,
before,
lad.
but you had Jim Johnson who knew like what they wanted. Same thing with like The Rock, or I'm trying to think of like other ones that are like licensed or like they like because Edge, that was just off Alter Bridge's
And
album.
Rob Zombie before that.
Yeah. So I mean, like that's a goated song for Edge, but like I think that's an exception in terms of like the iconic theme songs. I guess
I
there's
don't know. He did the "You Think You Know Me."
Oh yeah, you're right. That got
That's his
mixed in
vocal
with
tag.
Alter Bridge. Yeah, that's true, and that's iconic, right? Like you can't just go,
him?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Dorks.
Yeah, exactly. So we kind of already talked about this, but what would you say, like in terms of like licensed? Like if you're in charge of a wrestling promotion, would you spend money to like license popular music? Like Tony Khan is like licensing out to like, certain songs for certain people. And I don't know if they have an in-house composer or not.
They do.
But so would you spend
Flash,
like if you
no, Flash. What?
Flash, you're talking
No, I
about
was thinking
like
his
the
name.
composer in
Yeah, I
AEW?
forgot it.
So my question is, would you spend the money to license popular music, or would you hire a team of composers to create all original themes? What do you think would be a better business model?
Budget of both.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like you can have like that licensed song, for instance, like Daniel Bryan walking out to Final Countdown at a major pay-per-view. To just shift it like this is a big money match or whatever versus like his generic theme song or whatever.
Right. I agree. I think a hybrid is best. And again, like someone who understands music and like understands like wrestling and what it is, I think that is a core concept that's required when you're making wrestler theme songs. Is you understand that each character is like it's a character, and you have to approach it from that perspective when you're building the theme song. And when they tell you what the character is, you know what it's supposed to sound like, and that's easier said than done, of course. But you have to have a feel for it. You can't just be making like generic rock song number 2, and then they come out to the Royal Rumble, and then you mistake generic rock song number 4 for generic rock song number 2. Like it's interchangeable. Like that's a problem that you have. And also like it kind of hurts the wrestlers too, because like I feel like theme songs are such, like I said at the beginning, such an important part of a character, and it can also kind of help cushion your popularity for sure. I mean, like I'm not going to say Jey Uso and Seth Rollins can't hang without their theme song, but I think it's like a big part of their character too. Like Seth Rollins without the whoa, or Jey Uso without rolling it back and everyone joining in. Like that's a big part of their character. Those theme songs. All right, let's see. We're going to wrap this up, but I guess I want to end this segment and ask you guys, what do you think is the most underrated theme song of all time, and why do you think it deserves more love? Underrated.
Ass Man, baby. Nah.
Yep.
I mean, it's definitely up there. It's the top 3, I think. Top 5, maybe.
Ass Man, top 5, really? So you're let's say
underrated though. We're talking underrated.
Oh, I know, but I thought you meant like it's
Nah,
underrated.
not all
I'm gonna
time.
put in the top. Yeah.
Nah, not all time.
Disco Inferno. No.
Steve Blackman.
Oh yeah. That's
Oh man.
That
Matt
was
Hardy.
pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Version 1.
Yeah. Hard.
Yeah, put that in there.
I got one thing I think that was really good, but I don't know if it really was Taz back when he was in WWE. His theme I thought was pretty bad.
Heartbeat,
Yeah.
Yeah, the heartbeat, yeah.
Beep,
And the melody would follow. I thought that was pretty good, actually. He actually
Did
did like
Johnson
it.
cook that one up?
I think
He
so.
might have.
Yeah, boy.
I'll go Taz theme song. Jim
He,
Johnston. Let me
he used
see.
to just get delivery to the stew. He ain't ever leave there. They locked him in.
Yeah, If You Dare. Jim Johnston. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I thought that thing was pretty legit.
They legit just locked up Jim Johnston. Like, all right, start making bangers.
Mr. Perfect.
Yep.
Randy
Mr.
Orton's
Perfect,
first
yeah,
or
underrated.
second theme song, not the first one, because his first one was like, I want to say it might have been like a Kill Switch song or something, but
Oh, I think his first one was originally like CM Punk's
Yeah, it was.
Fire
He went out to it once.
for a bit. I saw that early.
oh, got him.
But yeah, like yes, you're right. Like, the light. What is it? Was that called? Like Orton's Light,
Burning My Light.
something. Burning My Light. I think it was. Do you think it's underrated? I feel like people think it is goated too.
I think a lot of people think more about voices though instead of that song.
That's true. But yeah, I agree with that. I honestly I was trying to think like some of the women. I loved Victoria's theme song. I ain't a lady to mess with. Woo! And then she also had the tattoo song too for a little bit, which I thought was good too. But that's a licensed song, so I don't know if that counts. Yeah, David, what do you have for an underrated theme song? Mr. Perfect?
Perfect's one of them, yeah.
For sure.
Razor.
Oh yeah. Razor's a good one. Man, I'm trying to think like underrated.
Christian's first heel run with the gospel.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
actually,
okay.
I like the one that he had in 2011. That was like
It's
his.
Christian.
It was like when he won the World Heavyweight Championship, and he was using that song for a little bit. I thought that was a really good song.
His current theme's really good. That was
Yeah.
TNA one for a majority of his run too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think AJ's theme song, AJ Lee's, is underrated anymore, but when she was here, I do think people were appreciating it, and I thought it was a banger. And now
I thought
people
Kate
are
Quick's thing
appreciating
was
it.
pretty good.
Who's?
Finn
Like,
Balor's
way back
first one.
Oh, Finn Balor. Yeah, I mean, you mean like the original like dun, ding.
Yeah.
When he was with wearing the demon stuff. Yeah, that was that. I think that deserves to come back. It's like he's just had like variations of that melody, and I just don't think anything really beat that original one that he had. Kevin Owens is, I think, also. I don't know if people think it's like goated, but I do think it's a banger if people don't.
Joey Samoa.
I like it.
Oh yeah. Oh, you know,
Sheamus's first theme song.
not everyone likes that one.
Oh, do they?
That's why people are like, yeah, that and Drew McIntyre is like original. That's why they're like, bring it back. The Nexus's theme song was awesome. That was really good. We are one. Yeah, that was really good. If listeners, if you haven't seen it, that was a underrated song. Also, the stable was gone way too soon. But
Thanks, John Cena.
yeah, thanks, Vince.
Shields
what did you
music.
Did you consider Dolph Ziggler underrated? Showing off, I think.
I think his song is a banger. I mean, if people
I do too.
don't think it's goated,
Spirit Squad.
for sure. You think it's a banger?
Niggy.
Yeah, just to mock the name stuff. Like that's fun.
The Spirit Squad. Yeah, I mean, like I remember it, and I mean, like he's not a great guy, but I like Alberto Del Rio's theme song too. I thought it was actually.
I liked it too. I thought it was good.
Eugene.
FCC won't let
Eugene.
you be.
Eugene is a banger for sure.
Yeah, that montage music.
Yeah, that shit was pretty fire.
Yeah. All right.
It
Any
fits
other
perfectly
underrated
with
one?
Rocky T.
Yeah. Any other one before we wrap up? An underrated theme song?
Chavo.
Yeah, I'll give you Chavo. Absolutely. That shit was goated for sure. And that's like in the, what do they call it? WWE volume. I don't even know what it was, but I do remember downloading a good chunk of those and just playing it on repeat. Don't
APA,
miss.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
yeah.
original LWO's music,
Oh yeah.
which is
Yeah,
just
yeah.
Eddie Guerrero's music.
Yep. Yeah, that's absolutely one of the top ones, all the way up there. Faux show. But I think that's a wrap for this episode of the Chi-Town Shoot podcast. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, rate us, and leave your feedback. Tune in next time for more wrestling madness. Until then, keep marking out.